Welcome to Three Nerds in the Basement. First episode, as you can see, we're not actually in the basement, but yeah, it'll be that basement. The other way. Point directly to your other side, J-Man.
Okay, because on mine it's on that side.
Yeah, no, he's literally like right next to you. Yeah, that's where it will take place. That's where our podcast will be. Just today, Dan's kind of under the weather, and yeah. So yeah, I am. You know what? I'm gonna go by Jalmain, but they'll call me Justin probably. That's who I am. The guy up this way is JMan. You can talk, you know.
I know I can talk. I just chose not to, you damn guy.
And the guy up over here, that is Dan. Creepiest thing ever.
He's a camera.
Just so that everyone knows, this is obviously Three Nerds in the Basement. We are just going to talk about nerdy things. The way I'm going to start most of these is just random topics. For this first episode, we're going to do random topics that every nerd has to answer at some point or in other words. And I'm just going to start it right off. So, Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Okay.
That's a hard one.
My simple point is I grew up from a family. My brother and my father were major Trekkies. I mean, I've seen every episode of all the series except Enterprise. I saw it. I grew up with it, and I saw Star Wars a lot too. The Star Trek universe, it's very formally, very well pointed, very by the book with everything. Where Star Wars kind of, well, it's randomized. Everything's gone to shit. It's more realistic to human nature.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the utopia that they designed in Star Trek. Star Wars seems like more of a likely of everyone fucking over everyone constantly.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to say that we're probably all a fan of both.
Oh yeah.
But when it comes down to which one do you like better, I think mine's Star Wars. I'm pretty sure J-Man is probably Star Wars, even though he grew up watching Star Trek with his dad.
It's Star Wars, but Star Trek is very close second.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned that, Dan, Star Wars is more random, more arbitrary, more, towards the chaos and whatnot of real life. But
this is why we're nerds.
Star Trek, I find, does have that element to it, but I don't know, it's almost like the Federation's trying to push that out, but they're not being very successful at it. It seems just within their particular ranks, everything seems all hunky-dory, whereas everywhere else, everything's going to shit.
Well, here's my one thing. Throughout history, it's always been this way. Usually for great united societies that are utopian-based, stuff like that, they were started by one hell of a tyrant. You go back to many countries, it's always the same. It's always the same folks. You need the really evil bastard first to have the perfect utopia society later, because you need to stomp at everyone else who sees a different view.
Well, yeah.
So I'm picturing like the ultimate Hitler party was the foundation of Star Trek.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
come on,
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
They probably start off badasses, but they gradually made themselves better.
Yeah.
Well, it could be a read back in their history in the old Star Trek series, starting my geekiness. There was a war that was so bloody bad on the Earth that they called a ceasefire because there's just way too many people dead at one point. Like, we can't physically survive as a species if we keep fighting at this war.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was a ceasefire basically to the point where it said, yeah, we just killed too many people this time.
We gotta
Let's do
stop.
something else. Yeah.
Let's go roaming through the galaxy, find other people, kill them.
Yeah.
So essentially, we're all pro Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan.
I'm pro both.
Yeah.
I love Star Trek, but Star Wars is my thing.
See, I like them for different elements. I like Star Wars for, like the chaos and the fighting and everything. That's, on the one hand, that's fantastic. But on the other hand, I like Star Trek because it's got like the military foundation, It's more by the books, and it's more of it's like a space naval show.
And it's also the science. That's what I love.
Yeah, and the science.
That's the incredible science. And
It's
you know what?
It's sciencey.
A lot of technology. I mean, a freak load of technology was based on stuff in seen Star Trek.
Yep.
Like you'll see interviews done. I've seen interviews done with
tablets and shit.
well, yeah, they had an interview with like all the cast and like Scotty and them. They went down to NASA and they're really excited to meet the astronauts. They had books they want to get all signed autographs with the astronauts. They took 3 steps inside that room. All these astronauts, which are gods to them, run over like little kids, begging them for their autographs, saying, "You're the reason why I got in the space program in the first place."
Yeah.
And they were shocked by it. They had no idea. Like, dude, we just stay in a room and shit up like half baked scripts.
Yeah, well, and also, if I remember correctly, from Star Trek, flip phones were based on their communicators.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They were. It was one of those, we will have this one day. And
Yeah, exactly.
it's the ultimate example of mankind. If you imagine, it will become reality.
Yeah. All right. So next on the next nerd question, this one is a tough one because it's I feel like it's going to be the exact same thing as the Star Wars Star Trek thing, but it's the other big one, DC or Marvel. Because I know
I am very not sure on that one.
Like
honestly, for me, on a standpoint. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, for me, like, I like characters from both, but if I had to choose one, majority of my favorite characters are Marvel.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Same
to say
here.
majority are Marvel. But that being said, DC does have fantastic character development.
They do.
They have a wonderful character development, but not many characters. Where Marvel has a huge range of characters picked from, and from multiple backgrounds, multiple countries, multiple standpoints. DC doesn't have a big international group.
No.
Multiple planets.
Yeah.
Well, they do planets, but come on. In Marvel, you got Japanese, you have China, you have Canada, you have all these countries represented. Not that much in DC, and that's one thing that always drove me away from it. They're not that internationally conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do have the Toy Master, who's a Japanese kid, but there's not a lot of well-known people in the series that are from other countries.
No.
Wonder Woman is from an island, but that's about it. But she becomes American.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
But no, I meant Marvel had like other planets and stuff.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Like they have other countries, other backgrounds, other planets.
Yeah, like DC, when they do a character, they do that crap, and they do a great background, so they do a great history. You really know their motivations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Batman, his motivations have rotated from time to time with every new
Yeah, it all depends
West
on
TV show live action one versus The Dark Knight. Okay, it's like they have made him schizophrenic over the years.
Well, yeah.
I love Batman, but dear God, they need to leave him alone for a while.
Yeah.
Focus on any other DC character.
Well, it's because he's blown up in popularity, so
especially right now.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing. Marvel,
I mean, there's people that I knew before that would pick on people that read comic books and whatnot that are like, "Oh yeah, Batman comics, woo!"
But here's the thing: like Marvel took a big chance. They had they said they wouldn't make movies based on characters that weren't well known because they were afraid they'd flop. Marvel made Guardians of the Galaxies, which weren't even B characters; they were C characters, majority of them.
Yep.
Yeah. And it did amazing.
Well, yeah.
Well, even the hints from the last Guardians of the Galaxy, they showed Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People loved him. The Duck. People loved him, and they're like, they are expecting that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is gonna have Howard the Duck as a main character.
Yep, or even his own spinoff.
Yeah.
Which I pay to see.
Yeah, I would totally go.
Oh, I would too. Well, especially if they did the whole like Howard the Duck opening his like detective thing.
Yeah. On note of Marvel doing things, they are coming out with 4 new TV series for Netflix only. Daredevil is the first one.
Yeah. Someone was telling me about.
Yeah, I was. Hold on.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right, yeah, because
there's that one strong guy. He's supposed to get his own series. I forget his name though.
Who?
Hold on.
Oh,
I'm finding
it's that big steelworker guy. He hangs with Daredevil a lot. In a lot of pictures, you see him.
Big steelworker guy. Oh.
No, it's shit, I forgot his.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me find it.
Yeah, like in Civil War, X-Men versus Avengers. He fought a few times. He's basically that guy who's like invincible. Nothing can really hurt him.
Oh, Luke Cage?
Yes.
That's it, Luke Cage.
Yeah, Power Man.
Yes.
Yeah, he's one of them. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, four TV series that are coming to Netflix. That rumored, three of them are rumored. They're not completely confirmed yet. But Daredevil's the first one, and it comes out in April. The next one is what's her name?
Elektra?
No.
No, she isn't.
I'm trying to find her name here. Her name is Jessica Jones, which later on becomes Jessica Jones Cage because she marries Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Luke Cage is getting his own series, and then Iron Fist is also getting his own series.
That's Iron Fist. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bother me.
And from
That should be good.
From the assumption of these four people means that there's going to be another either movie or TV series, The Defenders.
Yeah.
Because that's the 4-person team that the Defenders were.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
they'll build up and eventually gradually merge it in like they do with Avengers.
That's right.
Yep.
But speaking of Marvel stuff, Ant-Man. The movie is finally coming.
Dr. Henry Pym hits the big
There's a
screen.
character I'm familiar with the series, but you know, if people that aren't familiar with Marvel, they're like, who the hell's Ant-Man?
That's the thing. The problem with it is they're bringing it out after
Ultron.
After the Ultron, which I'm hoping that they do like backstory to why Ultron was there. At least as long as they keep Ultron true to what Ultron was.
Well, yeah, because Hank Pym created Ultron as originally to be like a pacifist robot.
They were prison guards.
They were guards. Yeah.
And no spoilers, I haven't read that comic book series yet. I was deprived of all Marvel and DC when I was a kid. I'm actually getting into doing all that now. I'm doing my back reading.
He's catching up.
If you watched any of the Avengers Assemble, or no?
Nope. Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah, it was Earth's Mightiest Heroes. If you watched that, it tells you all about Ultron, in that, which is great.
Yeah, he modeled its AI after his own brain.
Yeah. Okay, so next topic, because we've talked about Marvel quite a bit. So obviously we're all Marvel fans. We all enjoy Marvel.
No, I don't think we're Marvel fans at all.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I can go one step further. Because we are all Marvel, who is your favorite Marvel character?
Deadpool.
Wolverine.
Really? Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah.
You know what? Mine.
I've always been a Deadpool fan, though.
That is true.
Always been a Deadpool fan. As long as I've known Marvel, I've been a Deadpool fan.
Since I was a kid, watching X-Men cartoons when I was a kid, Wolverine, Gambit were the only two that I actually ever thought was really cool. They were always my favorites.
Yeah, Gambit's my next favorite because the Cajun is...
Yeah, he's just cool.
He's awesome. He's hilarious. And...
Again, Louisiana person. How many Louisiana people do you have in the freaking DC universe?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, these are the redneck sloths of the USA. They are...
And just the fact that he originated from the Thieves Guild and he started out as a bad guy.
Well, in the same episodes where you see him, he's a swamp person, you know? His family grows up in, like, the swamp people.
Yeah, he's a Cajun.
Yeah. It's like, these are the weird guys whose mother, brother thing, or, you know, the whole protection with that area. So...
Yeah.
You don't have that in DC Universe.
For me, I'd have to go... Favorite Marvel character is probably Hulk.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, I've always enjoyed Hulk, especially over time. You start to really like Hulk just because.
Well, especially when they start to go from being mindless beast to becoming more sentient and kind of combining the Banner personality with the Hulk personality.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like watching, I've been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Smash. Sorry.
Yeah,
Um,
I love
and
that Seth Green's in that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But like seeing Hulk as like a sentient being, like not just all about like just
Not just Smash.
destroying. Yeah, exactly.
I
Like,
I
it makes sense.
honestly Hulk because
Yeah.
he's using this.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
guys, I got a what if. What if Superman, being raised in Kansas, was raised in like the deep south?
He'd be racist as fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, he would be.
I just like seeing like that old thick Louisiana, like imagine he had like the Boomerang accent. No, I'm gonna kill you, dead. You know.
Okay, we're gonna take a drastic turn. We're gonna keep it comic book, but we're gonna take a drastic.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you brought up Superman, would sex with Superman kill Lois Lane?
Hell fucking yes. Him pissing would drill a hole through a wall and kill whoever's on the other side. You know that pressure when you take a leak? Imagine that force with him blasting through the urinal, through the next room, killing 4 people in line. The guy has to go up to space to take a piss. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, he'd be the type where he would literally blow the top of her head off.
Yeah. Or just right through her back, if he angle it just right. Or he better fucking make sure he pulls out.
Yeah, she's.
They kill the neighbor.
Or even that whole faster than a speeding bullet thing. He might just pulverize her pelvis bone.
Yeah, if he gets to his thing, also
Just jackhammer. Just
he beats through the wall. It's like, Lois, where'd you go? There might be half the Lois on the bed as he's still running along the corridor.
just
Like,
split.
oh yeah, baby, Pam me to the floor.
Just split like
words.
reverse banana peel.
Yeah.
Now that's Hulk. just think about it. Bruce Banner gets mad while having sex. Just boom.
Weirdest cum shot that Hooker ever had. No, I'm serious. I'm certain that Superman growing up as a teenager, as all boys do, they get aroused. I bet there is a slew of like dead hookers in Taiwan or something that he keeps running over to all the time as he learned how to control them.
I wouldn't even say that. His parents probably just buried them under the barn.
Yeah, there's just a whole fuckload of dead cows somewhere.
All the girls that Clark Kent had sex with while he was growing up, his parents covered it up by saying, "Oh, it was a supervillain," and buried the bodies under the barn. Just all.
And then they send him out to find who did it.
Yeah, all those missing girls from high school.
They all thought they were runaways.
Yeah.
And on the topic of awkward sexual encounters with characters, next one, Ben Grimm.
Yeah, he might make girls scream in terror.
It's so Rocky.
Although, you know who probably earned his name because of that? Mr. Fantastic. It's like a rapid fire rubber band going off nonstop.
That's okay.
In that case, could he also be his own contraception?
Most likely. Dude, if he gets stretched nonstop, he'd go all up to her throat and back out again, just doing that over and over again. Weirdest night ever.
Weirdest conversation ever.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, change the topic. Time to change the
Change
topic.
of topics, please.
Thank you, Jay and Silent Bob, for opening that door to us in Mallrats. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so sticking with comic book stuff, who would win in a fight? Juggernaut or the Blob?
See, it's funny because nothing can stop the Juggernaut, but nothing can hurt the Blob.
That's also on grounds for the head and
It's an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. They'd hit each other, and I think they'd just destroy reality.
I think
the
Juggernaut
universe would
pretty much
implode.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah, because Juggernaut is literally an unstoppable force. And the Blob is literally an immovable object.
Yeah, I'd see Juggernaut just walking up and standing on top and ripping his head off slowly. Or punching him until he's unconscious.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing with the Blob, though. You can't really impact him. You just kind of go blah, 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 into him. He's just like,
yeah, but you can only impact the brain so much.
True.
Like his stomach and chest, you see guys again, but whenever he gets a good headshot, you see him get stars.
True. Although, if what I'm reading is correct, uh, in one of the comics, the Blob has actually been able to be moved. There are three people that have moved the Blob: Juggernaut, Hulk,
Yeah.
and Strong Guy.
Don't know, strong guy.
I don't know Strong Guy either, but nonetheless, apparently the Blob has been moved.
Well, Juggernaut would definitely be the one to do it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So, you know what? Juggernaut. That's just because, like, the fact that he has moved him, shows that
Yeah.
it is completely possible. And when it comes to a fight, just because he's not movable doesn't mean like he can't just have
He
a
just
shit
can't
kicked
take
out
a
of him.
massive beating.
Yeah.
Like,
True enough, but I don't know.
Like what Dan was saying. Like, I think Juggernaut would just walk up, punch him in the fucking face, and he would fall over.
Or
That or grab him by the mouth and just slowly rip him and rip
Because
his
like
head in half.
the Blob to me is just like, that guy that was on the wrestling team that was just a bully to everyone, and just thought he because he was so big that nothing could happen to him. But every time
is it
someone
that
actually got into a
that big
fight with
fat
him,
Samoan guy?
Hmm?
Are you talking about like that big fat Samoan guy that used to sit on people's faces?
no, not like that. No, like I mean, just like on the wrestling team of your high school wrestling
Yeah, and
team.
Okay,
big and huge
okay.
that he thinks is invincible all the time, but someone
Yeah,
actually
but
just
like-
jumps on him.
Yeah,
He's
but
screwed.
but like that one time where someone finally stands up to him and punches him in the face, he runs home crying like a little bitch. That's how I feel the Blob might be.
That's exactly my view on the Blob. He's just a big fat guy who can take a shot hit in the stomach, but if someone pounds the hell of his head, he's out.
Yeah, true enough.
Because you're not trying to move him, you're trying to kill him. So
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Dan.
if the Juggernaut put his hand in his mouth and ripped its head out in half, that usually would kill him.
Yeah, but that's not really Juggernaut's style of fighting. Juggernaut, like, the worst he'd do is he'd charge at him, put his head down, and cream him in the face with his helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Which, that would fucking hurt like a bitch.
It all depends though. Is Juggernaut being comic book Juggernaut, or is it going to be the who played him in real life? The soccer hooligan from Eurotrip, because that guy's just fucking crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
as it sits, comic book and cartoon Juggernaut is also crazy as shit because of the Gem of Sidorak. It fucking
Yeah, true. But think of it, like when they were thinking of like, oh, we need someone to play Juggernaut. That was to me the best person they could have picked, because that guy is just fucking just crazy.
oh yeah. He played the part fantastic. Like, they couldn't have gotten a better person to play Jug.
Yeah, and it was great. Like I liked it. What other questions do I got?
Yeah, and speaking on that, Juggernaut is one of my top favorite Marvel characters.
Yeah, definitely.
Followed by
Being the prop.
Here comes the nerd items.
yeah. Followed by my man, Mr. Green, Doc Connors.
Nice. Yeah.
Like, and I love this thing. Like, I love the detail in his face.
Yeah. He's got more of a T-Rex head though in that one.
Yeah, but I like it.
Yeah. So there are other questions. I got other nerd questions here, but
All right.
some of them don't apply to us. Like, is Pluto a planet? Whatever. I don't really care about that.
It is a bloody planet. Just one science declared it wasn't.
But yeah, like the only other one that would apply to us, but not even to all of us, because I know that JMan hasn't watched much of it, is who's the best Doctor?
Hmm.
And the thing is, for
I'm
me,
horrible
like,
with the numbers. the guy with the long scarf, I found him be one of the better doctors.
Like I don't know all the actors by name, and I haven't actually watched any of the old Doctor Who, so I can't really. Yeah, like I can't really go into big detail about who the best Doctor is. I
I
love
can't go
Doctor
into
Who.
any detail because
Like
I don't want any of it.
I love Doctor Who, but like I couldn't pick a best Doctor. Like I'm not like that diehard fan like that a lot of people are. So that's that page. Um,
And to be honest, most people these days, like they say they're big Doctor Who fans, but they've never watched the original series.
yeah, and that's the
That's
thing. They're
one
they're
thing.
new they're new Doctor Who fans, and that's
Yeah, there's the new Doctor Who fans, and there's the old school Doctor Who. I'm trying to be one of the old school Doctor Who fans. I like the show. I like that. I love B movie stuff, and that's what Doctor Who is. It is a B movie show. That's all it is.
okay.
If you like
So
the old style Star Trek and that the way they did it, that's the type of thing you'd like. And that's Doctor Who in a nutshell. It's a B movie show. And the old shows are B movie for their era, which would be an E movie by our era standards. They're a little hard to get through.
yeah. Okay, so that's all of my current nerdy topics that are specifically pointed towards nerdiness. So I have a list of like 300 and some just random topics to talk about. I'm gonna just go through them literally one by one, so that for as long as we have these, I'll just start at the top and work my way down. But I'm gonna say when you answer them, try to like lean it towards stuff like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Lean it towards
Try to
stuff
make it crack.
like lean it towards stuff like games and whatever, stuff that we would talk about, not just stupid things like life. No one cares about life.
When life gives you lemons, get mad. Tell life to take the lemons back. Demand
Okay.
to see
Burn
life's
your house down with the
manager.
lemon. Put the scientists on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna burn their house down with the lemons.
Okay. So, question number 1: when was the last time you tried something new?
Something new. Trying to think of like what counts as a new thing.
Anything.
Try different games all the time.
I'll
I try a
here,
different game every.
It's not
Yeah.
nerd related, but I tried something new like a week and a half ago. Well, actually, it would have been like 2.5 weeks ago now when I left. But I went to Cuba. I'd never been anywhere before.
Yep.
I went to Cuba. I had a hell of a time.
That'd be something new. Yeah. For me, to be honest, I don't think I've really done anything new. Like I do the same thing every day. Like I guess the latest thing I could just say I've done is I've played a new video game. Like
See, I don't know.
That's something new.
I try something different each day. I try to cook a different thing. I'll try to cook a different dish, play a different video game, try to read a different book that I'm not used to. I'm always trying to do something different.
Mhm.
Because otherwise, I get that rut and I get bored very easily. So I always want to try different things.
Yeah.
And so if I find a type of a writer I've never read this style before, I'll try that new book. If I find a recipe, I'll try to cook that recipe. And if I don't know something, I usually look it up immediately. And new for me is always I don't have access to anything besides that stuff right now.
Yeah, like when it comes to trying things new, like I haven't really gone out there and done anything lately. Like it's not technically new if I've done it once before. Like it's just
True.
I'm getting
True.
back into something that's
Yeah.
So I don't know. Okay, so question 2, just to move on. Who do you sometimes compare yourself to?
Me.
Like
Yeah.
like
Don't know
on
how to
the
answer that question.
Well, okay. Here, I'll elaborate on it. Like when you are out, say, doing something that you do on a regular basis, like, I don't know, myself. I work in a movie theater, and I know that there's a vlogger named Charles Trippy that I watch like every day, on his vlog, and I know he used to work at a movie theater, so I kind of like compare myself to like how he would be, and I try to be like a very happy go-getty guy so that I'm positive in the workplace. So I compare myself to him, and that's one example. So like I mean like on a daily activity thing, like you think of someone out there that could inspire. It could be your father, it could be your mother, it could be anyone. Um, I, I'm not pointing at you specifically, Dan, because we know.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about that shit.
Yeah.
But like you know what I mean. Like it could even be like it could even be like a friend. Like
Wait,
it's
like,
just
for example, like, when it comes to like my movie choice and taste and stuff like that, I always look at like, the guy that runs Cinema Massacre, the Angry Video Game Nerd, or the guy that runs Nostalgia Critic. His, like, for when it comes to movies and taste, that's those three guys usually are my taste in a nutshell.
mhm.
Comes to daily life though, I guess the closest character I've ever read in a book that was similar to how I like to run my life is a character named Nakor from the Remedy Facebook series.
I'm gonna
The
be.
way he works is actually how I like to always mull.
Okay.
No, just how my life works.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah.
Or
that
actually,
works.
my favorite was Candide by Voltaire. That character is actually who I would most picture myself as.
Yeah. Okay.
Bit of an outside geek thing, but if you ever read that book, he's a guy who goes country to country. Very intelligent man. He travels the world, but due to like little stupid misunderstandings, he runs for his life from country to country to things he messes up because he's too damn smart for his own damn good half the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that, and that's still kind of nerdy because it's a character from a book.
Oh yeah.
So, you know.
If you ever read that book, it's very short, but the guy that wrote it was actually kind of going a little insane at the time. So, in a single page, you'll see the guy buy a boat, go on a boat trip, have a big ship battle, and then go to another country and settle all in one page.
Wow. But I was gonna say, what
Yeah.
author doesn't go crazy at some point?
Yeah, he was unique. 17th century, a few drugs were involved. It's like, it was his masterpiece, though. It's like William Shakespeare when he wrote Hamlet.
Hmm.
Have the people called you, Jordan? Are they summoning you?
You gotta unmute
I
your
can't hear.
mic.
What are you saying?
He muted his mic.
Oh, it means Mike.
Wait for it. See, now you're just saying mean things about us.
Gay.
It's about you.
There you go.
Oh,
There we go.
yeah, no, it was unmuted, but I guess it unplugged a little bit.
Yeah, it was just it was.
But
funny
no.
'cause, like,
What
you
I
were
what I
saying
had said
things-
was I muted it so that I wouldn't be talking over top of your conversation.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it was funny because like you continued to look like you were talking, and I was just like, well, now you're just saying mean
Like,
things.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
Okay.
fucking four eyes.
I take offense to that. No, just kidding. Okay, so next question. Unless you haven't compared yourself to anyone, who would
I
you?
don't really. I've
Yeah,
never
well-
really compared myself to anyone, really.
Like, what about your father?
Well, other than the fact that apparently I have his exact personality that he had when I was his age.
There it is. There it
But
is.
that's not a comparison I've made to myself. That's a comparison that other people have made to me.
No. I have heard you say that you are like
Yeah,
your father.
me
I've
too.
come to the realization
There
that
you
they
go.
were right.
Yeah, okay, but that's still comparing, so we'll count it.
Okay.
Okay, so the next one on the list here is
Because apparently when my dad was my age, he was going batshit for video games and stuff too.
Okay, so what's the most sensible thing you've ever heard someone say?
Don't eat yellow snow.
Yes.
I have no idea who the heck said it. It's just a saying I adopted years ago. Everyone's my friend until they prove me wrong. And that's how I treat people in life.
Yeah.
Any country I go to, any place I go, that's how I act with people I meet. Unless they give me a reason not to be friendly, everyone I treat as my best friend.
Yeah, it's kind of like the saying, you treat everyone how you would want to be treated until treated differently.
Yeah.
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 It's a great way to live by, and I firmly believe it.
Well, that's the thing is, you walk up to someone, you're going to be friendly automatically, but as soon as
Yep.
they start being a complete douchebag, you're like, oh, okay.
Okay, well, fuck this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which is funny too, because we've got another thing going for us too. We're Canadian.
Yeah.
According to the world, we automatically have to be nice and polite.
Yeah.
Yes, Dan, keep flashing your hammer.
I'm confused.
What?
Anyways, for
Quit
you
showing us your tool, Dan.
are you kidding me? There's been a tool on his camera the entire time. Anyways, J-Man, most sensible thing you've ever heard someone say?
I'm gonna have to think about that one.
See, for me, to be honest, I probably hear it every day. It's Roman Atwood. His biggest thing is smile more. And
Yeah.
that's the thing is when you smile, someone looking at you has no choice but to probably smile. And a smile makes your day brighter. So you live a happy life. You're great. Like there's nothing more. As long as you are happy, nothing else matters.
And don't play with gasoline unless you're sure you know what you're doing.
Even then,
Yeah.
be ready to lose your eyebrows.
It's like videos
Hey,
on
I
YouTube where
played
you
that
see
stuff
like
all when I was a kid. Never lost my eyebrows.
me either.
Yeah, same.
Not by my own doing. Someone
I've
else's
never lost
doing.
my eyebrows. Period.
Now, due to a bonfire we started with a large chunk of magnesium, we did get thrown a little ways
Nice.
and kind of blind for 5 minutes. But yeah, we were fine in the end.
And then there was that other one that you used that you told me about that left that big ass crater in the woods.
Yeah, so I'm not talking about that online here. That was kind of illegal. So
Yeah.
We won't get into illegal things.
No, we won't get into
No.
that.
No,
That'll be a
no.
different podcast. No one will ever see. So yeah, we're just waiting for you, J-Man. You got anything? Live long and prosper.
I had something, but
Live long and prosper.
Picking-
Distract.
but picking at Dan kind of
Nah.
made me lose it. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, basically anything Yoda says.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. So
Particularly talking to Luke about his failure at the cave.
yeah.
Talking about how his failure and humility fails his good side.
Yeah, that's a whole can of worms of that book series.
Okay. Okay. Let me finish the phrase before you guys start commenting on this, because when I first read it, I almost said, "What?" Okay. What gets you excited about life? About life?
About life.
Yeah. Not what gets you excited.
Oh my!
I don't know. I don't know. Meet new people, try new things, variety in life. Just like always trying things, always reading things, always watching things, always learning something new. Like
Learning is a big one.
if I'm one of those people, if I see something I don't understand, I'm going to look it up online. I'm going to see how it's done and try to do it myself. If I go to a restaurant, I eat something that's good, I will learn how to cook that food myself. I cannot That's one of the things in life. I like to learn and how to do things.
You like to expand your knowledge.
Of course. Like, here's one thing. A person walked into a restaurant and they asked him a question. Is pepperoni beef or pork? And no one could give me a straight answer. So look at why. It's actually both. It's pork rump and side steak. Ground up with anise.
Yummy.
But
Everyone
it's one
watching
thing
this
not many people
podcast
know.
just learned something new.
Yep. unless they're in the culinary field, in which case they might already know it.
Well, it's like I spent years overseas, and like the group I sat around with all the time at the bar. This bar were like the foreigners flocked to each other in the middle of China. So the people from the bar were usually at least 8 different countries. So you learn all types of shit just talking to people from different countries and different points of view. Like, do either of you know the story of how the middle finger came to be?
I believe when I was in the womb, I grew it.
Yeah, it's a hand gesture. Because, like, in England, it's 2 fingers. In China, it's the pinky.
Really? So if I
And-
walked up to in China, and went to someone,
Oh, you'd be
That's
stabbed.
that's basically
You would be-
going right to their face.
No, it means something different. It
Ah.
means you have a small penis.
Oh, wait. That's when you look at someone and you just go,
Yeah, but seriously, in that country, you could get stabbed for doing that to someone. They get offended real easy with that stuff.
just it's because
Well, it's an old thing. Most geeks know this,
they
but
all know. It's so true.
it's one of those old stories that most people know, but it's just one thing that some people remember. Back in way old England, people had the big old longbows,
yeah.
and to use longbow,
yeah.
you need 2 fingers to pull
They
it back.
chop those off, and
Yeah.
when you get it, you'd be like, "Meh, I still got my
Yeah, when
fingers."
the French would catch them, they chop them off, and if they get
Yeah.
rescued, they run away, wave the fingers at them.
Yeah, going.
American Civil
I
War
still got my fingers.
Yeah, so American Civil War comes around. The Brit troops are doing this to them, and the American troops are doing that back. And that's all it came. That's what it was. It was just them making fun of them.
Right.
The same with them creating a new sport and calling it football.
Yeah, or the fact that they had decided to take words, take out letters, and then put "knee" at the end.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's kind of like what they did to this. It's like, oh well, let's just drop that. Oh, night.
it's
Well, let's
just,
drop the
protection of
GH and
British
add an
society.
E.
Yeah. It's just little things that spike the British. That's a lot of those little phrases came from.
Okay. All right. So that took.
I will be
drastic
right back.
change.
The doorbell has rang.
Oh no,
Okay.
they're coming for you.
So learning new things gets you excited about life.
Yeah.
For me, it'd be that right there.
The midget.
My little boy. Because I know waking up every day it's a new adventure.
The Jalmain spawn.
Yeah. The mini me. With not so much hair yet. You'll have it. You'll get
See,
it.
that's a future focus of mine. I'm excited about getting that eventually. Me and my wife are working towards that. So
Yeah,
see what happens.
it's fun, man. Besides,
Oh, yeah.
the right now he's in that mode of when he's tired at like right before like bedtime, he just screams for like hours.
Yeah, it's a normal baby thing.
But yeah,
We're hoping for a girl. My family demands a girl.
I know Hannah wants a girl for our next baby. Whenever we decide to have that.
Have them close together. That's what they say.
I think 3 or 4 years is probably the best.
This statistically, children have more rivalry if there's 2 or more years between the ages.
Yeah.
If there's less than that, they actually get together a lot better.
Meh.
It's just one of those like
Yeah.
sociological things.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I'm still waking up. Okay, so we'll just move on. What life lesson did you learn the hard way?
Mine was to not be overly trusting of people. Like, I'm a friend to everybody, but I've learned to watch my distance because Oh, I learned that lesson the hard way.
Did you get
Again,
robbed?
or in a sense,
Hmm.
I was overseas in China.
Mhm.
My first company, they were not paying me properly, so I changed companies, went to another one.
Mhm.
And this one promised me all these big things. I took them at their word. And as soon as I started working for this new company, everything started slowly changing. My pay was 2,000 RMB less than it should be. That's that's about 400 bucks less a month than what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
expecting.
yeah, yeah.
Um, my apartment, which was supplied by them, instead of this place they showed me, was actually a place about the size of my bedroom with washroom and kitchen and all.
Wow.
Um, and
Wait,
then
wait.
after a month,
Okay, no. Finish your story, and then I'll ask you
oh,
something.
yeah,
So.
and then after a month, they stopped paying the rent for that as well. And then they were holding my passport, holding my certificates, not paying me, and then I had no home. And then me and a friend broke into their office at night because they did the same thing to her, and we stole all our certificates and escaped.
Okay. Okay. Now you say your apartment was as big as your bedroom, which is an average size bedroom, right?
Yes,
Okay. Now all of your furniture did it all have like that fold up to the walls kind of thing?
I had two wooden chairs, a mattress, which by Chinese standards is more or less a piece of wood.
Ouch.
Um, the washroom is literally a small little block room with a toilet and a shower head built into the wall, so the shower pours right down onto the toilet. What you call a washroom stall had the toilet in it, and it was just this block you wedge into and blast yourself.
Huh.
Yeah, because there a lot of showers don't have stalls there. It's always just the whole washroom is heavy tiles, and the water just drains.
Yeah, it's just got
It's
to
really
drain on
easy
the
if you want to clean
floor.
your washroom.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like, and to be honest, like sometimes that makes sense. Like, if you have
Mhm.
limited room, why not, right?
Well, here it would be a little troublesome because of how our buildings are built. There, they're solid concrete. Here, we have wood insulation, all these things,
True.
and if you were to do that, the moisture would kind of damage your home.
Yeah, yeah, no, I understand, but like what I mean, like, is if you're on a size restraint, like if you can only afford to
Mhm.
pay so much a month, like that's an easy compromise.
Oh, it's a very common thing in most countries.
Hmm.
North America is the only place where we actually have proper washroom stalls usually.
Yeah, yeah,
Like there, you go into a public washroom, it's a trough that runs around.
yeah. It's it's like going to like the Ottawa the hockey arena. It's a trough.
Yeah. No, no, I mean like there's
Yeah,
an in the ground trough that runs around it, even where you poop.
yeah.
And there's
No,
little stalls in those areas, and it's the same trough.
yeah, no, yeah, no,
And they just flush water through.
yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move on from that because that took a
Okay.
weird turn. A lesson that
Geeks.
I learned the hard way. Um,
Don't kick a badger. Don't try to pet the bitch cat.
I guess no, yeah, everyone learns that one pretty quick. Um, no, for me, like I grew up on a lake, so a lesson I learned the hard way is look before you leap. Um, because I grew up, yeah, like I said, I grew up on a lake, and it was all a hill. And at the very bottom there was a dock. The main dock is what we call it. And over the years, that dock has slowly been getting shorter and shorter because every time the ice comes in and like as it's thawing out, it'll end up pushing. For some reason, center of the lake thaws out first, and it pushes all the ice to the shore, so it crushes the dock every year. So
Oh,
they rebuild it as much as they can, but over the years, it's lost like a good 5 feet. But the base of that dock is still under the water. So and it's like a little bit of wood walls with rocks all in it and a couple of pillars. Well, the one year I went swimming, not thinking, I dove off the end of the dock right into
oh,
those rocks.
ow.
And like being where we are, it's infested with zebra mussels. You know, needless to say, it hurts. So look
Yeah,
before you
yeah.
leap is definitely something I learned the hard way. Especially when like years later I did it again with a bicycle. Um, hey man, that dock they okay.
So the hard way.
Well, yeah, but that dock, they made a mistake with that dock until now. Now it has a park bench and two flower pots at the end of it so that no one could ride their bike right off the end. But at 1 year, they put a warning sign right at the end of the dock. And instead of just putting a pole with a warning sign, they put it like, okay, there's the dock,
Oh,
and then
sorry, man.
there's.
I got pause right here. Sorry, I gotta go upstairs. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All my stuff's fit to burn. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, okay. Okay, you're back?
Oh, I'm glad I did. I noticed that. I didn't look at my stopwatch. The wings were to burn.
Like that's what I said as soon as you left. I was like, "Oh, and this is Dan learning a lesson the hard way. Always set a timer."
It's on my. And I was looking at that. Man, Jordan's gone a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. He'll be back, I'm sure. But yeah, okay. So my story. There's a dock. Sorry, welcome back, everyone. There's a dock, and then there's the 2x4 at the end of the dock. Well, instead of putting a pole with the sign on it, they put a piece of board that acted like a ramp at the end of the dock. So it made it perfect. I lived on a hill, so you come blasting down the hill, ready to go, life jacket strapped to the front of the bike and everything, and just right off the end of the ramp. It was great. It was. I loved it. And then they got smart to it and went, oh, these damn kids are launching their bikes off the dock, so they decided to put a park bench in the way. We still did it, but wasn't as fun. So yeah, look before you leap. Yeah.
I got one for you. I got one. What was the first, like 18 plus horror movie or anything like any adult level movie you saw as a kid, and how old were you at the time?
Like, I don't know what the ratings are on some of these. Like, are you talking like Freddy?
Anything that'd be considered radar these days. So like, RoboCop was considered radar. Aliens, Predator, Full Metal Jacket.
It would probably have to be Alien. And I believe I was 13 when I saw it.
Oh, really? Huh?
I think. Let me check something. Yeah, because Alien came out in like the 80s at some point, right? Yeah. Oh, it came out in 79. So yeah, I like because like obviously your parents don't want you to see it, so I might have been younger. When it comes to just things that scared the crap out of me, though, I remember I believe I was 6 years old, and my dad, or how old was I? Hold on, I want to make sure I get the. I know I was a young kid.
Do you have your whole biography there in front of you?
No, I'm just looking up the dates because it was the year it came out. 96. So I would have been 8. So I was 8 years old. And my dad and his uncles, and well, sorry, not his uncles, and my uncles were watching Independence Day. And that movie scared the shit out of me. Like, the scene where they're like doing the autopsy and then it like breaks the gas lines and it all goes foggy. That was the part that scared the bejeebus out of me. Like, it just I ran to my bed, like just like I went to bed. Like, and that was the movie.
Now, when I was 6, I believe Alien 3 was announced that it was coming out soon. So as a refresher, my dad bought Aliens, brought home as a rental to watch.
Yeah.
So I was 6 years old, and he started watching this with me. Now, as soon as I see the first Alien run across, I got scared. I'm 6 years old. I'm like, what the? I got scared. My dad actually, so are you scared? Yeah, it's monsters. Like, don't be. He sat me down, and we went through the movie, and he paused it random parts. Because he's seen it before, so he knew a lot of the movie. And he actually showed me how the actors worked, he explained how the set was designed, and stuff like that. Like he explained how things work. He even showed me the part where you could see Bishop, where he's ripped in half at near the end of the movie, where he's like half his body inside the sewer right there, and you can actually see his legs if you look in the right angle.
Yeah.
But little stuff like that, he pointed all that stuff out to me. And from then on, I watched everything with my dad. Aliens, Predator movies, Full Metal Jacket. And I was between 6 and 9, I saw all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I never had nightmares.
Well, the thing is,
because I always explained.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And that's the thing is, rated R movies are rated R obviously for a reason. But if someone sits down and explains what is happening and why it's happening to you, then it's
or
not
how
that
it's
bad.
made.
Yeah, exactly.
Hence the term parental guidance.
Yeah, exactly.
And I watched all stuff with my dad and watched a lot by myself when I was a kid. And I love those movies because I understood how they're made. But you know what scared the freaking shit out of me when I was a kid because I watched these movies? Sesame Street.
That
Sorry,
scares
I
me.
see alien people in half. I see Predator. I see all these horror fucking movies, and then I see kids playing with like Hairy Monster and Cookie Monster. Like they're gonna eat them. Is Cookie Monster gonna eat them? Like I like them now. Like back then, I thought they were gonna eat the kids.
Well, it was
I
your
really thought they were
expectation.
going to.
Yeah,
was
but
the
they're
expectation
still
set.
creepy though. They're still creepy now.
I know, but I was expecting them to viciously attack the kids. That's what I thought every time I saw Sesame Street. Gonna murder them all.
Oh,
Run!
And welcome back, JMan.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Jamin.
It was the parents getting home, and I helped them bring some stuff in. So
Yeah.
Understood.
Yep.
So there was. Okay, we're gonna backtrack a little bit just so we can get J-Man's answers. Excited about life was one of the questions you missed.
Well, yeah, I left right while Dan was still going on his novel
Yeah. So
about what gets him excited in life. Food gets me excited in life. I love food. I love eating food. I love smelling food. It's delicious. It smells good, and it fills my tummy.
okay, so that's that question answered. The next question we went on without you was life lesson you learned the hard way.
Don't trust doctors.
The answer from before: don't eat yellow snow. No, I kid. I kid. But
I hope you knew that. Right?
yeah.
This looks like a
life
yellow
lessons-
snow cone.
Life lessons learned hard. Oh, working at this call center is not so bad.
I'm glad I didn't learn that one.
And then a year later, when my hair is falling out, literally.
As he combs it over.
Mine was back here. I was going Steve,
Okay.
Understood.
but it's back now.
That's good.
What does that tell you?
Yeah, you're not as
Stop
stressed.
working there, and my hair comes back.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question.
What was the first horror movie you ever saw when you're young, and how old were you at the time?
Yes, right. Yeah.
Like
rated R horror movie.
Is he dead?
See, I'm not sure if it's rated R or not, but no, Little Shop of Horrors. That was the first one I remember seeing. It was either Little Shop of Horrors or It.
Yeah, I can see that. Dan died for a second here. I'm gonna blame it on Ace.
Yeah, it's probably Ace. Though it's hard to tell if he's totally offline because he has himself set to offline.
True.
Here, let me check Steam. No, he's online on Steam, so it's not the boy. So it's not the boy. Or could be the boy. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, it's the boy.
Oh, did it boot him off? Is that what happened?
Yeah, he's off Steam now.
Okay, so yeah, that's what happened.
The boy.
We'll call him back here in a minute. Okay, so it was It or something else?
Little Shop of Horrors. I don't know if Little Shop of Horrors was rated R or not.
I'm not sure. I could look.
And overall, it wasn't really scary. It was just
wow.
Guy's got a plant that eats people.
True. Uh, your picture just got huge.
So did yours, because Dan fully disconnected.
Yeah. Uh, uh,
Big Bear.
but either way, it was definitely. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
apparently I
rated
can't
R.
hear you now. Just a sec. Say something.
Hello.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was probably definitely rated R.
Oh, it was rated R, but or do you mean it as in Little Shop?
No, it as in it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, of course, it was probably rated R.
Just Pennywise in general was just
Clown that crawls out of bathroom and eats children.
yeah. But yeah, Pennywise just in general was definitely just
Scary as shit.
yeah. Which reminds
So,
me, I
the reason I don't like clowns.
yeah. Which reminds me, I'm a musician. I played a show on what day was it? Saturday.
Saturday.
And they obviously they had like a raffle draw thing, and one of the toys was the pop figure for Pennywise. And I was like, is that an appropriate toy for a child? Like the kid that had it was like maybe 7 years old, and I was like, it's like that kid's gonna go home and be like, I wonder who Pennywise is.
Google.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't. Although I have to say, like, today's generation of kids is very desensitized.
Yeah. This generation of kids too are also kind of assholes.
Yeah. Is
So for all we know, he could have been a little shit. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, he deserves to have the pants scared off of him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Well, while we wait for him to come back.
Yeah, because he's got to reset his modem and shit.
Yeah. We'll just move on to the next question. That was a Dan made question, by the way. The movie question. Um, he just thought of it. So the next thing on the list is, what do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago?
5 years ago. School.
Yeah, I'm probably really right there with you. Um, yeah, definitely school. Just being where I am today. Like, don't get me wrong, I love working at the movie theater and doing everything like that, but I feel like I'd be more in a musical instrument industry. Wow, instrument. My dyslexia today is
You'd
just
be
horrible.
you'd be more in the musical instrument.
Yeah, exactly. Music industry and or video game industry. If I would have done what I wanted to do, um, but yeah, school is just something it never interested me. But I've always wished I could, well, I still could. Don't get me wrong. I can still go finish and do whatever the hell I
Yeah.
need to do. But there's no pull. Like, don't get me wrong. I'd love to work in the music industry or video game design or
Yeah, but
something along those.
in game design, there's no jobs. That's the thing.
Yeah,
There,
that's the thing. The only
and it's
job is
because everybody is going through for game design.
yeah, and that's the problem right now, and that's why I mean like
It's been the problem since I. It's been the problem since I graduated in friggin' 2007.
yeah.
So yeah, whenever I graduated, that's what literally every single guy in my graduating class was going to school for, was game design. So I was like, well, shit, that's what I wanted to do. Well, I guess I'm not doing that because everybody's doing it. And I'm
Yeah,
not going to
but
spend all that money on something if there's no jobs.
on top of that, though, there are also like the indie games, like are being pumped out right now, and it's great. Like, think of all the early access games that we play.
But the funny thing with indie games is how many of them are made by people that have no formal education in video game design. A lot of them are made by guys just in their basements that taught themselves to do it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But even still, just being able to, like, even if I didn't graduate, just being able to go and do it, just to know more would be better.
Yeah.
But
You see, I used to make video games back when I was in high school. I used to make shooters and stuff, but I stopped. I don't know why. I guess I lost interest in it.
all right, and we're back. So the question,
Except me, my camera's not loading.
Yeah, I just see loading on you.
yeah, it'll load hopefully in a second here. I do hear you though. That's the main thing here. So the question that me
But you
and
can't see this beautiful visage.
so the question
My
that me
temple of a body.
and try turning it on off and turning it back on again.
No.
Yes, I see, Crab Man.
What was I saying?
Surprise, surprise, it didn't work.
Did Jordan answer my question? What's the first horror movie?
Yeah,
Most
I
people
did.
posted him like this.
Yeah.
That's all I saw.
Yeah, no, his was Little Shop of Horrors or
Oh, yeah.
or It.
So I didn't know if Little Shop of Horrors was R-rated or not.
I think it is.
Uh,
Because it had
Yeah, it's like
slight
PG-13.
nudity. Yeah, it had slight nudity and stuff like
had
that.
a lot of cameos. Go back and watch that. Look how many like cameo actors are in that movie.
I didn't realize cameos were grounds for it being rated R.
That is
No,
true.
no, just in general.
Okay, so the question that me and JMan just answered with both the exact same answer, which was school, was what do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago?
Reading.
That's it? Just reading?
Honestly, yeah. There is a lot of books that I wish I read when I was younger.
I guess, yeah.
There's a whole lot of knowledge I wish I got. Like, school is bullshit.
And that's what I was saying. I hated school, but
Every minute of it.
Well, so did
hate it.
I.
But yeah, I think we all hated school, but it was just like I wish that I would have done more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? When I was overseas, I met people that had master's degrees and all this shit, and I was their boss. A lot of people took all these degrees and diplomas and masters and stuff that went to college right after school, and they don't use any of it at all. Heck, in the call center I work at, I can't count on people that have like degrees and like bachelors and everything else, and they don't use them.
Yeah. It's because there's no demand for those particular jobs.
Like my personal opinion is, everyone should finish high school, take 5-10 years off, and then go back to university to choose what they want to do with their life. There he is. There's the man.
Welcome.
It's good to be back.
Okay, he's not frozen. Okay.
No, I'm not frozen, Dan.
One thing I do regret, though, one thing I wish I did more, as you can see by things, is toy collect. There's so many freaking action figures I wish I stored and kept that I can't get now.
Yeah.
Like Boglins. Damn, if I had like 3 Boglins in boxes, that's $1,000 right there. Damn it.
It's funny. CAA is calling right now. I'm assuming for my dad, but my phone, because it reads out the name, it's like call from car. Call from car.
Don't look into the light, Dan.
Yes, yeah.
Car.
Don't look into the light, Dan.
He looks
Don't
up.
do it. Okay, so
I would have laughed if his chair dumped him right there.
I know its limits. Trust me.
Yeah.
You think you do?
As for this podcast, we're coming up to an end, so I'm gonna end this with my own questions that I usually ask at the end of any other podcast that I've done before. So along the lines of video games, what video game is coming that you really want to play, and what video game are you currently obsessed with?
Can't wait for. Well, there's two big ones, and Dan knows one. It's Dragon
Evolve.
Ball Z Xenoverse,
Mhm.
which
Mm.
is amazing looking, and Evolve. I want to play the shit out of Evolve.
Hmm. I'm with you on Evolve. Don't get me wrong, I love DBZ and I want to play the crap out of that too. But for me, the
You're a
game that
first-person shooter, buddy.
yeah, but yeah, I love Evolve looks amazing. But as for games that I'm really excited for, Mortal Kombat.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Yeah, I can't
yeah.
believe I forgot about that. Yeah, MK10.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is top of the list.
yeah, that is the game that I am looking forward to. Because like me and JMan actually when you come over after this podcast, JMan, we're playing MK9.
Yeah, we're gonna destroy that ladder again. We can
Ah,
destroy expert ladder like it's nothing.
yeah. Um, although you put us against some Koreans, we're gonna lose.
Yeah,
But who doesn't? Besides
exactly.
other Koreans.
Even then, they just get to the point where they just crash the servers.
Yeah. Or crash the
You know,
internet.
as of the other part of the question asked, the what ones we're playing right now. I don't know. Me and JMan were playing Saints Row. I'm also playing Lego Marvel, Fable Anniversary, and Force Unleashed 2 just because I want to beat it once and then never touch it again.
Yeah, which they have it optimized like shit on
I feel on the
PC.
lowest resolution just to get to work on the computer. It's a direct port to PC.
Which you should be lucky, or you should be thankful that I mentioned that because he was just
I
going
put
to
all the
uninstall
graphic
it.
settings on nothing.
He was just going to uninstall it, and I told him that because I've got Viking Battle for Asgard on my computer. It does the same thing. It runs in slow mo unless it's on 480p because it's not optimized right.
Nah, yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
literally a direct console port. They're like, "Oh, game port done."
Yeah. As for me, games that I'm obsessed with right now, PC wise, it's got to be Star Wars: The Old Republic. Me and J-Man have been playing the crap
Yep.
out of it. We actually just
Oh
started.
yeah,
We just started more new characters last night.
and we're already like level 9 with them.
Yeah, like I'm level.
Nice.
I'm up to 3 characters of my own. I've got my level 23 Imperial Agent. I've got a level 11 Sith Inquisitor, and like my level. I think we're level 7. Level 7 Trooper.
My smuggler's at least 8
Yeah. Okay.
because I've got
Either-
that little boost ahead of you.
When I start playing with you guys, I might actually play a bounty hunter just for the hell of it.
Go for
that's
it.
Fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
But and then on top of that, for Xbox, I've been playing GTA 5. Just
Alright.
because I've never beat the story, so I've just been playing the crap out of the story.
I could never beat the story because at one point they had it. I don't know if it was a bug in the game or something, but you could just slightly touch a curb and your wheel would be locked.
Yeah. It still does that occasionally, but it's not as bad now. Thank God.
Because I mean, you try to do a getaway from a heist, and a cop car would ram you in the back, and all of a sudden, in your rear wheel drive car, your back wheels are locked and you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how am I supposed to beat this now?
All right. So I'm assuming we've named exactly what games you're obsessed with right now.
Just about. Yeah, Old Republic, yes. Saints Row
Isaac
4. Saints Row
Isaac
4.
on off.
I've been playing with Dan. Yeah, I've been playing Binding of Isaac quite a bit. But actually, there have been 2 that I've been really obsessed with lately, and that's been Sonic Generations. Been playing the crap out of Sonic Generations, and Smooth Operators, which I'm actually going to start streaming.
Yeah, I saw that on your list there. How is that game?
Some parts that really infuriate me because there's parts of the game that aren't made right. Like just the fact that the janitors, when they clean the rooms in the order that you've laid the rooms down. And the ITs, rather than going along fixing all the computers that are broken, they'll go to their desk, see what they need to do, fix one computer, go all the way back to their desk, then go fix one computer, then go all the way back to their desk.
Yep.
And I had a guy, an IT guy, his desk was up here in the top corner of the building, and he had to go down to a broken computer that was here, and I have an elevator that runs on this side and an elevator that runs on this side. So instead of going from his room into the elevator, which is connected to his room, going down to the bottom floor, and going over to the room that was connected to the bottom floor of the elevator, which is where the computer was broken, he proceeded to go all the way across the top floor, get into that elevator, go down one floor, go all the way across that floor, get in the elevator,
I see where this is going.
and then go all the way down, goes to fix the computer, and then goes back to the office by going.
It reminds me of the IT support at the call center I used to work for, actually. Very strong. It's very realistic, that game. Actually,
They waste
it actually
time.
puts them perfectly there.
They waste time. Oh,
Well, they pay by the hour, so they do whatever they want.
But that's okay. I don't mind that because I have like 16 IT guys. Everything gets fixed in a fairly timely manner.
That's
so
not a realistic call center.
I don't care that they take forever to go back and forth and whatnot. That's why I hired more.
Yeah.
Because it was getting to the point where all my computers were broken and I wasn't making money. But the thing that bothers me the most is the fact that you can get people that steal from your company. Okay, I had a guy that stole $1,200 from my company,
Nice.
and you can't do anything about it. They say, "Oh, find this person," and you can't take any legal action against him, and you can't sue him to get the money back. You literally fire him, and then have to pay to train a new person to take his place.
Yep.
When in reality, you steal from a company.
Yeah.
You get caught, lawsuit and jail time.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay, you know what?
And the fact that there's no security guards that you can hire to prevent that thing from happening anyways.
Okay, so I'm gonna go off the fact that you're frustrated with this game and ask what game has frustrated you the most in the past, I don't know, year.
Oh, give me a sec to look through my list because I need a refresher.
For me, it was this game actually. I've got the case exactly right here.
What game?
And it
Yeah.
wasn't that
Really?
the game. It wasn't that the game sucked. It was that they fucking just gave up on the graphics for the Xbox.
They took a big shit on the 360 for that one.
Yeah.
They did not. They didn't do anything. They were like the lowest of low graphics for the Xbox.
Even lower because remember we did the side-by-side comparison with my computer there, and I put it on lowest resolution, lowest everything.
And yeah, it was still shitty. Which
the
the
computer was
most
still better.
frustrating thing I've ever had.
I got one. JMan can actually back me up on this one. Kung Fu Strike.
I actually didn't get frustrated with that. You got
Try playing one player. Try playing it one player.
Yeah. Well, even when we were playing two player, you got really, really frustrated because you couldn't get that one move to work.
I couldn't get anything to work. I did one player. They corner you and pound you to your dead.
Well,
and they
yeah,
will not let you
it's
get.
designed to be a co-op game. Like it's supposed to be. It's supposed. They're trying to deter you from playing it single player.
Yeah, I went back, played it one player. Like on normal mode, it's a little tough game, but on one player, they literally will get you in the corner and they'll pound you until you're dead. They do not let you stand up.
Yeah,
Sounds like
It's like
prison.
I do super bash. I do super move bash.
Sounds like prison.
they pin you in the corner and don't let you get up.
So yeah, that's that. So on to another subject.
Well, the ones that frustrated me the most. War in the North is up there just because it doesn't fucking work right on the computer.
Nah.
You'll play it for like 10 minutes and then it'll just die. That and what's it called? What was it? Which one was it? What was it called?
One that pissed me off this year. I cannot remember the name of it.
It was. Oh crap! I can't find it. But yeah, no, there was one that really, 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 really pissed me off to the point where I just went, "Nope," and stopped. Could have swore I was telling you about this, Justin.
I'm sure you were.
Fuck. Oh well, but
continue,
yeah.
continue to think about it. We'll come back to you
Yeah.
if you think about it. So my next questions are, what movie are you looking forward to the most within the next year, and what movie current generation, like within the past year or two, is your favorite movie right now? You know what? We'll also throw in the what is your favorite movie of all time currently, like. So,
All time, Scarface.
okay. All right.
I
So,
love
okay,
Scarface.
we'll start with the all time. So yours is Scarface. Dan's what's your all time?
I mean, I'm a big movie buff, so like I have a top three.
Just the top, tippity top.
I'd have to. Damn, it's a tie. It's a dead tie between like Dark City and Army of Darkness.
Pick one.
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness. Okay. For me, Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
I'm a big dinosaur buff. Like,
oh yeah, dinosaurs are awesome.
Yeah.
there's
And now they have feathers.
Wait for it. There it is. It's Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah. Good both.
Yeah, it's when they did the re-release in 3D, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but anyways, that's my all-time favorite movie. Currently, I don't think it'll change. It's unless Jurassic World is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it looks good.
But that
I don't know.
answers-
Even then, the original's usually the best, anyways.
true.
Yeah.
But
Put
that
work into this one.
answers
You can tell they're doing a good job with it.
that answers my most anticipated upcoming movie. Jurassic World is probably like up there, along with probably, I don't know if it's coming out this year or next year. Deadpool movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Mhm.
Well, that or Ultron.
Yeah, the Avengers.
Well, yeah, Avengers 2 obviously is everyone's list. I'm actually curious when the next Godzilla movie comes out, the American version of him, because
Oh, Zilla.
when they came out, they did such a shit job. Like he looked good, he looked fat, but he looked good. And
Well, they went
but
with
the
classic.
co-stars were they went with classic, but they made him fat, really fat. Like that's the big joke in Japan right now is Godzilla went to America and got fat off their food.
Not off the food, off the people.
Yeah, pretty much.
To be technical though, he kind of got fat off of radioactive bugs from Japan.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the radioactive bugs though, they were kind of unimaginative. They look Cloverfield ripoffs, and because of this, they actually got release contracts for Mothra, Gamera, and Mothra and Ghidorah, the three-headed dragon.
Yeah.
So those two will be in the next movie.
So they finally did get the actual movies.
But yeah, Japan said, you know what, you guys did a
monsters.
horrible job of this, so I guess studio spent the money and bought the licensing.
What I heard though, it wasn't that they did a horrible job; is that they actually really, really liked it. They just hated the monster.
Yeah, like they did good fight scenes, except for they would cut away from when they were fighting a little too much, and half the fights were in the dark. And look, they're fighting each other, and then focus people running away. It's like, no, I don't want to see these people. I want to see fucking monsters beating the shit out of each other.
Exactly.
That's
and
Godzilla.
That's something that pissed me off about that movie. Anyways, so within the past, I'll say year or two, your favorite movie currently.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's up there. Like
Guardians.
like a solid. solid action movie, I'd say The Raid 2. That's my favorite action movie in the last 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say either Guardians or the one that we watched. I can't remember what it's called now.
Oh,
Eveline or something like that.
Everly.
Everly. Yeah,
That was really good.
that was fantastic. Yeah, Justin,
Did you watch The Raid?
No.
I meant to, but I fell asleep. I started it and then I fell asleep.
See,
Watch.
for me, it'd have to be Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
That was well done. I was impressed by it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big
just,
Apes fan.
just those,
Christopher Jones.
just both of those movies, like Rise and Dawn. Just
Honestly, I
phenomenal.
had actually forgotten about those.
Yeah.
Just,
But yeah, they were fantastic.
yeah. Like, don't get me
Justin,
wrong. Like,
what?
sorry.
No,
you're
I
both
have
turning.
a double advocate.
Okay,
I have
hold on.
a devil's advocate question to that one.
Okay, just okay. Hold.
Yeah,
and what
Dan
were you
Justin's
saying?
trying to talk.
Okay. No, J-Man, what are you saying? Were you gonna ask me something?
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you if you've seen Everly yet.
No, I have not. I don't even know what it is.
No, it's
Awesome.
it's awesome. It's Selma Hayek is in the lead role, and the whole movie literally takes place on one floor of an apartment building, and it makes Quentin Tarantino movies look like amateurs.
Huh.
Yeah. The director has a lot of background horror, so like
Let me just paint one little scene for you. A guy comes in and sicks a dog on her. The dog's going for her daughter. She pulls a grenade off his belt, pulls the pin out, and goes, "Fetch ball." And the guy chases the dog. He's like, "No!"
That's horrible.
It's horrible, but the dog was going to tear her 7-year-old daughter apart. So
it's
Yeah,
an
I guess.
intensely violent movie.
it's it's like supreme human traffickers. Like,
Okay. I had another thing. Oh, you were talking, Dan. Go ahead. What were you gonna
Oh.
ask?
I said on the opposite side of that, what remake movie have you seen in the last couple of years that severely depressed you?
Godzilla.
I was going to say, all of them.
So, of all the pile that is those remakes, which one severely just made you say, "What the?"
They all make me sad inside.
I'd have to think about that.
Yeah, same.
Total
'Cause, like,
Recall
there was
really bothered me.
it was still kind of well done though. It had a
They
lot
never
of
went to Mars. They
No,
never did
yeah.
anything like the original in any possible way.
Mhm.
No, but they
The 3
they-
boob chick.
yeah, but
It's
they
hella
did
weird.
they did knowingly go in a different direction with it.
Yeah.
Because Total Recall, it was an Arnie movie, and Arnie action movies are like ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're like comedy action.
Yeah.
Whereas they told everyone right off the bat that they were going to make it a serious action.
Except for like Eraser Man. Eraser Man was like an action.
Yeah, but just about every other one though is kind of like semi-comical with his like horrible one-liners. Where did so-and-so go? You have twins cats.
But yeah, as for remakes, like I don't know, I'd have to like look at a list and be like, oh yeah, this one really sucked. But Godzilla is the only one that I can think of right now.
See, if there's one that burns in everyone's mind, it's Ninja Turtles. That
I liked it though. Like that's the thing is it was bad because of how they did everything, but it was still a good movie.
I have not finished yet. I've had 5 attempts to get through it. I start where I left off each time. I just found the writing was lazy. It was inconsistent. It felt like there was 4 scripts they merged together.
Yeah,
It felt like
no, I can.
lazily written.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But it was still, to me, it was still like it was a very well done, good movie. It was still
The action scenes were fun to watch,
yeah.
but
Well, that's
as of why the characters knew each other, their motivations, why they're doing what they're doing, there was no purpose to it.
I don't think there's ever been. Well, I can't say ever. I don't think recently there's been a Michael Bay movie where the action scenes are not fun to watch.
Yeah, that's his specialty. He'd be great for a Halo movie.
Yeah. Well, Robot Chicken, Michael Bay explosion.
Yeah.
Explosions by Michael Bay. Mega explosion, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. RoboCop.
Yeah. Actually, it
The
RoboCop.
whole movie is just kind of meh.
The
It was
whole
forgettable.
movie made me sad.
Yeah.
It was just forgettable. That's all it was to me. Just, you watch it, you're like, meh, and walk away.
And they're trying not to traumatize them. So here, let's peel your whole body off and show you
That
that
was
you're
beautiful.
hanging organs.
You're
Because
very
that's not
sensitive.
traumatizing.
Let's take him apart piece by piece. So he's looking in a mirror of himself. They have in a special room where they have a mirror specially set there so he can look at his body.
Where he's a head, a spine, lungs, and a heart.
Nothing assholeish about that at all.
Meanwhile,
someone has to set
previously they were
that
just
way,
saying that they didn't want to traumatize him because he's still adjusting.
But they take him to a room with the mirror light out. Like, it's all set up so they can do that to him.
Yep.
They had it planned ahead of time.
Well, I'd imagine they probably had that set up so that he could view different models of bodies.
Yeah. But even still, it was just bad.
It was. Just the whole movie. The fact that 90% of the movie was them rebuilding him.
Yeah. And Samuel Jackson cursing about other countries.
Yeah. Actually, I did enjoy that part because...
He was the entertaining part of the movie, I found.
Yeah.
I just read an amazing article. Not even just the article. I read the headline of the article. Netflix is developing a live-action Zelda series.
Yep.
I'll be
That's been
fine
worked for a little while.
as long as nobody says, "Excuse me, princess."
Oh, it'll happen. It will happen. That
They've been-
yeah.
And FYI, they've been looping that series on the TV at sequence.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Every
Yeah,
time
they
I
got the
go
DVD
there,
for it.
that's all I hear. I'll walk in, and that'll be the first thing I hear is, "Excuse me, princess." I'm just like, why?
Well, I was gonna buy something, but
Yeah.
I'm not anymore.
Like, oh, hello. Goodbye.
Get the knife.
And what's even better is because it's the DVDs, okay? And because it's on the DVDs, it's just those though. Because it was the second part, because it was the can't remember if it was like a half hour or it was a full hour Nintendo special show where it's the Mario Brothers show,
Yep.
and then it was Zelda.
Well, no, it was 4 days a week was Mario, then on Friday was Zelda.
Yeah. But because of that, Zelda never actually had its own intro. So even on the DVDs, it shows the Super Mario intro, and then it goes to Zelda.
Yep. Well, yeah, it was part of Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
Yeah.
Which had an insane amount of episodes and
Hmm.
went on for a long time.
But what I'm getting at is the DVDs for Zelda only have Zelda.
Yeah.
But every single
all
one of them,
13 episodes.
and every single one of them opens with the Super Mario intro. So it shows Mario and Luigi and Princess flying around on a carpet, and then it fades out, and then goes in with the episode name and Link doing and whatever.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that old Mario show?
Don't mind the child in the background.
It's no problem.
Does the Pope shit?
Start having a baby, man. It's a normal thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna call this the end of the episode. So.
Okay.
It's been like over an hour and a half. So.
Oh yeah, we got enough.
Yep.
So I will thank everyone for watching. If you're watching. We will. We're gonna be trying to do this every Monday. I'm hoping to upload it by Thursday, because I want to kind of edit it and get intros and everything. But in the meantime, I'm Jalmain. Adios, amigos.
David. Sorry, I'm yawning.
I'm Dan. Hi.
All right. Peace.
He is.
Yeah.